All right. Welcome everybody to the boomrz Show, Candid Conversations. Say hi to me and my sexties. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hi.
So first of all, we're going to get into our topic in a minute, but I just want to mention this is Super Bowl weekend coming up, and it is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who Tom Brady moved to Tampa Bay and he drug Gronk with him, and they think that they're going to recreate that magic that they had in New England. And I say, guess what? Nah, it is Mahomes' time. Kansas City Chiefs are the defending champs. So, I want to be playing the Queen song. We are the champions, my friends. I'm predicting a win.
Okay.
Go, Patrick. Go, Patrick. Anyway, enough of that. I had to get that off my chest because this is the last show before Super Bowl Sunday. So tune in. The game starts at a little bit after 5. They have all the festivities going on, but the game actually is going to start a little bit after 5. I actually like the idea, though, that they are having people from the hospitals down there. They actually gave them tickets, and so they're going to have a stadium filled with workers, with doctors and nurses.
That was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just fabulous. Yeah. So, all right. Enough of that. I am going to turn the conversation over to Renee so we can get our topic going.
Okay. Well, today's topic is from a Bible study I had a couple of weeks ago on Isaiah 2. And in the study, it asked the question, what would you do if you knew the world would end next week? And although I hadn't thought of my answer at the time, the one question that came to me was, why aren't you doing it now? Why do you have to wait to find out that the world is going to end to start getting all that stuff done? Wow. So, what would you do if you knew the world was going to end next week? Anybody?
Okay. Well, Pam knows this about me. I tend to go about doing those things every day. I try different things on a regular basis. And if it doesn't work that day, I go on to the next thing. So I'm kind of flex like that, but that's truly me. I mean, if they say next week, then the things that I'm working on right now, like the project for, working for the White House and other things like that, I would be pursuing those even heavily and really just going all out. But I think if I had only that week and I knew for sure it was just going to be that week, then I would just basically go around and try to witness to as many people as possible so that they would not lose out, because going to hell, it's called, look, if you thought this was hell the past 4 years we were in, baby, no, 100 times more so. So witnessing, just partying, having a good time, eating everything I want to eat. That's what I would be doing. It'd just be a good fellowship and just celebrating, because I know where I'm going. But other than that,
You know what? Yeah. Almost like a homegoing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Except when they get to participate in and not just be there.
Absolutely, yes.
I think I would make amends with a few friends. I've thought about this for some time. I hadn't done it yet. And if I was told I only have a week, I know 2 immediately that I would reach out to. And why am I not doing it now? I don't know. It needs to be done. But that would be one thing that I would make amends. Yeah.
Oh, very good, Pam.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll jump in and say I was thinking along something similar in terms of kind of a blend of what you two just said. I think that I would reach out to people who I haven't been in contact with and let them know, I care about you, I treasure you. I hope we end up in the same place on the other side of this. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. And then, of course, the the party and stuff, because why not? You know what I'm saying? You gotta even God take a day of rest. You know, that seventh day was a day of rest. We gotta have a day of rest and relaxation, even just with the idea of it. But here's a provocative question for you. So since you only have 7 days, and theoretically, who gives a crap, right? Everybody's going to be trying to self-actualize. Anybody willing to go nude out in public?
Oh no. Now they're gonna remember me as whatever. Now, no new visions.
I just wonder how far are you willing to say, I've only got this one chance left, and I need to do everything that I possibly can.
Well, I've actually done that before, and when I was younger, I went to yeah.
Miss Renee.
How young? Like a baby?
Like 2 or 3 books in her. I'm telling you, Renee started right.
Renee's like, no. High school?
No, probably 40.
Oh, that was a
How did you feel about it? What was it like?
Oh, well, first of all, when we first went over there, it was me and a girl that I worked with. We were traveling to Jamaica. And when we first got on the beach, we tried to keep our clothes on, and the security comes immediately and was like, either get back over on the dress side or take it off, And so we were like, okay, you're going to do this? And so we took off our clothes. And I mean, you talk about walking around nervous as all get out. And this brother walked up butt naked. And he was like, your first time? And we was like, yeah. He said, come on, follow me. And we just followed him to the pool, and it just made us feel more comfortable, because he was acting like no big deal, like nothing wrong with your body. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, don't look hard, And once we got to the pool, then it was more comfortable, because you're in the water for the most part, not showing. But you're looking around at other people and you're like, wow, they've got this kind of courage. Because there was a really, really large man and he must be rich, because the woman he was with was skinny and booby and all that kind of stuff. I was like, man, he's got some money, It was just we were drunk too.
Did you feel really free? I mean, did it do something mentally, like you just let it all?
I felt free. Once you get over the initial shock and you realize anybody who's going to see me is seeing me now.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Like the final frontier. And the only reason I kind of toy with the idea is because I've always been jealous of the freedom that men have had to go shirtless.
Oh, Now, granted, it does not jive very well with my whole Bible study premise of this whole question. But
I was going to say, now, I've done a lot of things, but that one, my mouth's still open, Renee, on that
one. Yeah, it's,
No, I mean, I say go for whatever it is that makes you feel good.
If you want to try something, why not?
You got 7 days.
As long as you don't hurt anybody.
But I never did that. I didn't go to the nude beach.
Well, I didn't either, but I still would like to put my jeans on. Let's say it's summertime, and I'm out there sweating. I'd like to take my shirt off and just have my jeans on like the guys.
Wow.
I have no more.
I sweat. I need to dry out.
No, I have no desire whatsoever for that now. But
okay.
But yeah, it was just just another experience, I guess. Trying stuff. The resort we were staying in was owned by the same company that owned Hedonism. So day trips and stuff they'd offer this day trip, to Hedonism. And so went and actually it was an awesome time, but like I said, younger, different person, Yeah.
40.
You're not the only one that I know that has gone to a nude beach. So good for you. Good for you. Let me give you that.
All right, Diane.
Diane, what's yours?
What is yours?
Yeah.
Well, now that I hear it more clearly, that's what I read on Facebook. Renee, when I first saw that, and the reason I brought it out because it just stood out so much. It was a good question. So the thought that came to me, being a week, was be still. I will be still and just keep doing the things that I've been doing each and every day, and keep moving steadily, like his word says, along his pathway. But I wouldn't be anxious. I would just be still. It'd be time for me kind of just to enjoy his presence, let him lead me in those last 7 days where he want me to go, the places he want me places I need to go, for reconciliation and things, just to be in step with him in those last 7 days. Be still until he guide me and direct me through this situation. That's what came to my mind when you said, when I was pondering that question, was I would be still.
Okay.
Brought to everything, everything else far, then I don't want to get out of step. I don't want to get knocked out of my box because the world coming to end in 7 days. So I would be still. That'd be me.
You got a good point, because it's not like the world, everybody else would not have known this, and so everybody else would
Exactly. And that's the problem I have with like traveling, because like if I go Bogart, little kids and everything, so I can get on that plane and get to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower.
But you know what? I would make the attempt to get to St. Louis. There's no reason for me to be sitting up here alone, here. So me and the cat would get in the car. I would walk away from everything here and never give it a second thought. Not a material thing
and
here.
Then, right. So that means you have to trust how you being led in those last 7 days anyway. You gotta trust that. If you had to go to St. Louis,
I think we had one big street party.
That's what you do.
Well, yeah, I mean,
one big street party. No sense in saving the steak and the caviar. None of that. Pull it all out. Let's do it all. Let's do it all.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd be witnessing everybody I pass by. Everybody I encounter.
I'd be saying, do you know where you're going? Do you know where you're going?
Yep, right. So I think, but the main thing is, I would no longer care about COVID. So I would be getting my hope that I've missed being able to get. I would be in the presence of people.
Right. And that's what I think ultimately, we want to be around other souls before, all of our souls are no longer here.
Yeah.
If I want to see anything at that point, I got to pull it up on PBS. You know what I'm saying? in the downtime between the party and the street, I'll look at the.
I don't think I'd be watching any TV. I would just simply be out there partying, making all kinds of spreads. I'd take money out of the bank, and I would just simply make big spreads for people come and eat. Let's enjoy. Let's talk to each other, because we don't know what's going to happen when we go to heaven, if we're going to really know each other or not. So I want to make friends with you now.
Yep, but I know me. Eventually, I'm gonna have to go lay down so I can recharge, and the TV's gonna be on because I don't sleep in the darkness, and so I'm still gonna be watching PBS. I'm just saying.
How hard it would be to sleep. You just got 7 days.
Right. There not be a lot of sleeping. Yes.
Well, I don't do a lot of sleeping anyway, so it'll work out perfectly for me. I don't know about y'all. Y'all gonna be a little draggy when the time comes, but I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I got my normal amount of sleep.
Well, you know what? Here,
I don't think I would be trying to sleep.
With that question, though, it's kind of like almost a non-starter from the standpoint of I've had people who have been told that they're going to die within a month or two or whatever else. They're still here. I've had, like, my granddaughter's other grandmother. They told her, keep her in prayer. Her name is Dot, that she doesn't have any time left, really. Her heart is giving out. She's had heart transplant, kidneys, hip replacements. So but her heart's giving out. But she's had it for 25 years, and they're like, "Hey, time's up." And I'm like, then I just told her this on Monday. I said Tuesday, but it was Monday. She told me on Tuesday. But heck, they've told her this like 10 different times since I've known her. I've known her for 16 years. And 10 different times they've given up on her. So I'm like, girl, please. At this juncture, just do you. You know, she's been partying for a little bit, because every time I tell her, you know, it's kind of like, okay. But see, like the Bible says, no man knoweth the day nor the hour. So I don't care if anybody comes up telling me that nonsense. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to, just like you said, Diane, trust God to guide and lead me in what it is that's really real. Because no.
Yeah, I think it's different for people who are bed-bound and everything, you know, and don't really know. But I think if you are in your right mind and everything, and they tell you that, yeah, that's not necessarily, you know, you don't necessarily have to accept that.
No.
She hasn't, and she's, you know, she's still here.
There you go.
And, you know, if you saw her, you wouldn't think she was sick at all. She looks beautiful. She's a very pretty woman. But she's gone through a lot. She's been in hospital, been revived so many times I can't even count. But she's still here.
There you go. There's a reason. There's a reason.
Yeah.
So you guys getting the shot when it comes available?
I can't wait.
I got one. What about the other three ladies?
You got one?
Pam got one.
I'm jealous.
You had a shot?
Me? No, I said, are you guys going to get it when it's available?
Oh, sound like you said I had one.
No. Are you going to get it? No, I haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I'm going to get it when it becomes available.
As soon as I can.
Hey, wait.
Renee, what do you think? You're waiting? I'm still on the fence a little.
Well, see, by the time it becomes available for me, I will probably be ready to do it. Yeah. My sisters have done it. My sister, who had triple bypass and all kinds of stuff, she had the shot. My oldest sister has had it. She's had both of her shots. Oh, wow. They're doing fine. Yeah. So
we'll know more by the time it hits the general population. So maybe I will change my mind by then. You know.
Well, I think my thing was my husband's aunt, who I go and visit and care for. She's 97, and she had a shot. That's to turn 98. Wow. And got her second shot. She's doing okay.
What do you think? The population is before you in the list, in the queue.
I feel like I would rather be protected by something than nothing. You know, my greatest fear is that I catch it in aggressive form and I end up in the hospital. So whatever I have to do, I don't care if it's 65% effective, that beats a blank. And so
yeah,
I'm out for it.
It beats that vent. My girlfriend, the one that was on the vent, and now she's out of the hospital, praise God. She had to go home with oxygen. But her oxygen, you know, started like at 10. Before she left, it was at 3, and now it's at 2. And she's able to walk around her entire house now because she didn't have the strength to do it before. But God is good. I don't want to go through that particular journey.
Yeah, think about the long haulers.
Yeah. He still got the oxygen on 24/7.
Yep, that she does too.
He had it in November, but he's still using it. So. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for my turn. As soon as they tell me.
Well, you can always be a vaccine hunter and just kind of lurk around waiting for those extra dosage that they have to put in the arm before they go bad. A lot of people do that at
listen.
work.
I had this psychiatrist. She's a psychiatrist or a psychologist. You know, she's a doctor like that. But she likes to come into the gap. So she came in last week and she's taken a liking to me. And she insisted that I get in touch with the medicine shop at 270 because they had shots so I could get signed up so that I could get a shot out there at the medicine.
Oh my goodness. Really?
I literally had to open my phone. I pulled up the site, but I didn't do anything. But she was just insistent, "You've got to get a shot." And I'm thinking to myself, I want to get a shot, but I can't get no shot right now, lady.
Yeah, you don't want to jump in front of people. I mean, but if the shot's going to go, if the dosage is going to go fast.
Exactly. I want to give everybody, every opportunity that the firemen, the first responders, all those frontline people that are even more frontline than me. And then, so I don't mind waiting my turn. When my turn come, I want my shot.
You think the teachers should go to school before they get their shots?
I think it's a personal preference thing, but I sure hope they hurry up and get them back in the school.
A lot of teachers don't want to go back without the shot. And
I can't blame them.
I think that, preference. Because I wouldn't want to go in that school around those kids.
You know what? You would think it would be a simple matter to just go from school to school, have your staff show up, have, everybody that wants to get vaccinated, move school to school and get it done. District to district, get it done. Because that's the fundamental piece right there to everything is getting these kids back in school.
Yeah.
Without that, the economy is not going to come back the way they want it to because folks got to go back to work.
Yeah. But I side with the teachers. I get why they're reluctant.
What if you have people at home that are in a risk group? You have to consider that.
My take is this: they have to, now that this has come to pass, there are teachers that really should be at home teaching from home, because they do have health issues that preclude them from being there, and there are people struggling to go to the school every day, cancer patients and everything else. And I think they should make accommodations. This should be considered somewhat of a disability for some of them, so that they can stay at home. The problem that I'm having is the ones that want to send everybody back to school at the same time. And it's called, no, you still have those children that are disabled, that that have disabilities or comorbidities that prevent them from being there. Asthma. I wouldn't want my child who has asthma back in the school. I'm sorry. I don't care what you have done. You could have given everybody a shot, but I don't want my child in that school because you're not giving it to children. It's not for anyone under the age of 17. Right. So no, I don't want my child around anybody with their asthma, and it could kill them.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know how much of a majority, but if the majority of the kids are going to be safe going back in and the staff has been inoculated, then, we may stand a chance of getting back to some kind of a routine. And to your point, Mel, I definitely think it's going to have to be a blended response. It's, it's not going to be all back. It's going to have
all
to
or nothing. Yeah.
Because like you said, both sides, have to have that accommodations. Those teachers that, either themselves are in a risk group or have people at home in a risk group, and then the students themselves that are.
Right. I mean, but they shouldn't lose their way of life and their living, behind it.
But think about this. This has been going on for just about a year now. I think they've kind of gotten into a routine on how to run a classroom on a Zoom call. And, there's some that are doing, better than others, and let those teachers that are ready and feel that they're comfortable go back into class. But it's some teachers that's doing good after all these Zoom calls. And I say, let it continue.
Yeah.
Because you got
there's
kids
students that are doing well on the Zoom call.
On their buses,
But there are students that are doing well on Zoom calls as well, because there are students that don't function well in the large classroom setting. So this is
I was thinking about this last week, because I think all of us, for instance, would have been that type of student that would have did okay, because we were self-directed students, but some kids aren't, I think I could have done just fine, doing it electronic. But, I see my nephews, for instance, that really need that personal touch.
Yeah, my granddaughter wants to go back to school.
Wow.
Yeah, if it had happened while we were children, how I think the hardest part for me would be not being able to be with my friends, socialize and stuff. Now I'm blessed. I have sisters, you know, so I would have had playmates still, but you know,
Yeah, there wouldn't have been any Zoom calls. We would have been out in the neighborhood playing with the neighborhood kids, right? We would have got on our parents' nerves. They would have said, "Go outside. It's safe outside. Go outside." We would have been outside playing.
well,
That's exactly what would have happened.
not if I if there's a chance I'm gonna come home and infect my parents, you know.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be going to school. School wouldn't be open. And
Now, she's saying we were kids.
have vaccines as fast as we do now. So things would be moving at a lot slower pace.
Yeah.
Well, it is rough. We got 450,000 plus, and I heard some things about St. Louis. You guys had a lot of controversy regarding the vaccines and everything like that. Apparently, you guys didn't even get half of what you were supposed to get, or any.
There's no controversy. We're in a red state. In St. Louis and Kansas City got targeted. They think we don't know this.
They ignored the urban centers, and they came up with 3,900 shots for the city of St. Louis. When they finally received
that's what I heard. It was like really piss poor. It was just bad.
It's terrible. Yeah, they really don't care about the. And it's not even, we're not the majority in the city. Whites are the majority in the city. It's 48 or 49%, and it's like 45% African American, and the rest is Hispanic.
But it's because we're a blue oasis.
Yes, it's just
that's what it is.
They ignored us, and Kansas City, same way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but you know what? They are inoculating the people at the some of the utilities, because my goddaughter works at the Kansas City, one of the municipalities, and they gave them shots. They basically said, "Hey, you guys are going to go get shots," and then they didn't even do it for the lower level people. They just did it for the executive level people.
Well, city workers are getting shots, because I did get an email about it. So we were in that group, but I'm not the right age. But a lot of city workers, they did call on.
They didn't do it by age. They did it executives. All the executives got it. And then their people right up underneath the middle management got it. And then the lower level people are like, what about us? When are we going to get ours? And they didn't have enough shots for them.
See, I can hear Michael Jackson now. What about us?
Yeah. The probably elected officials probably received it and just aren't telling us. That's possible. All the aldermen in the city, possibly.
Yeah, that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just appalled at all the stuff that's going on, and the fact that it just continues to go on with unchecked. It's just unchecked. It's just like, are you kidding me? But the good news for today, of course, is that woman, I won't even call her name, but that woman
committee
was thrown off of those committees.
Thank
you. Because I didn't know.
Wow.
She's off. Yeah.
She's gone off of the committees. And let her step out of line one more time. She's going to be off of that House of Representatives floor. She needs to go, and that other woman, the one that wanted to bring her gun.
Who was that?
The Dems have grown some balls now, and they've learned from the Obama stretch.
Oh yeah,
we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe anymore.
Hold up, we're not Charlie Browning today for you.
Thank you, Lucy. You're not snatching football. No.
It is.
Who wanted to bring the gun? Who are we talking about?
What's that?
You said somebody.
Where is she from? Idaho, Wisconsin. It's one of those northern states, but she posed with a rifle in front of a board.
Yeah, she brought her gun to the White House and wanted to go through the scanners with her gun and bring it on the floor.
Wow, I didn't see that. I know they stopped the man who had the gun, and when they did they detected it. But I haven't heard about a woman trying.
Oh yeah, it's a woman. She's got the dark hair.
Right.
She's the other QAnon clown up in there.
Okay. Wow.
It's like, okay, now you know how you expect them to act a fool and you know that people are racist, but they're just straight up out with it now. It's like, yeah, I'm racist, and you better bet I'm going to keep on doing it.
Yeah. There's nobody holding back anymore.
No.
It's almost refreshing. I don't have to try to figure out if you're racist or not. It's so in my face.
Oh, yeah.
It's so in my face, so it's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
40 Nut has given them permission to come from out of every rock and under every hole and out of every dung heap that they've been in.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in the sunlight now, feeling their feathers and feeling the slime on them. And we got to beat them back, step on them, squash this.
I don't know that the whole
Drain the swamp
bothers me.
It bothers you?
Yeah, it just bothers me that that not only is it not over, but that it's roaring back, with a vengeance. And so, it just when you start to let your guard down some and start trusting, and then, I didn't want to be in that place again where when something bad happens, I'm wondering if it had to do with my race,
Think about this though. What if it is the country, the United States, that has something to pay for? And what's happening is happening to our country as an entity rather than us individually. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's an American reckoning, a reckoning for the United States of America and how they've done things for the past 400 years. It's time for a reckoning with that. It's something to think about.
There's too much
You know what?
and being on top.
Yes, it is, but it's just like it is, but it's like James Baldwin says, America must be what America must become. In the fire next time.
Oh, okay.
And it has to do with that reckoning.
Well, there is going to be a reckoning, and that's for doggone sure. I mean, hey, we crossed over on dry ground with this election, and I'm telling you, we've got to make sure that we maintain and we stand strong and we have no fear of these people and all this rhetoric that they're saying, oh, you need to just forget about it and just have unity. Oh, I don't think so. Right. Let me make sure without repentance, I'm sorry, but there is no unity. Okay. And accountability. No, there is no unity.
Mm-hmm. And that's why when Joe Cool met with those 9 to 10 Republicans and he listened to them all nice and polite and said, oh yeah, we really want some unity, but guess what, we ain't backing down off nothing.
Not backing down.
See ya.
We're still gonna do our trillion plus. Yes,
because you don't know. He said we're not making the same mistake. He know. That's what I like about him, because he know, and he know the past mistakes, and he's not getting ready to repeat them. I mean, that's why I'm glad he's there.
So y'all go out on Twitter and use my hashtag Joe Cool.
It was kind of cool the way he sat up there, and they're sitting up there saying, "Yes, well, we had a meeting, and what was her name? What's her name?
Susan Collins.
Susan Collins.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't an agreement, but I think he heard us. Yeah, he heard you.
He heard you.
And then right. Do the reconciliation. Get this thing done.
Right. Exactly.
Get them.
Yes.
Yeah. And that Joe Manchin, he better step back in line.
Thank you. Better
you're not running anything, boy. Joe. You're the wrong Joe. You are not president. You are called Senator Joe Manchin of West freaking Virginia, and everybody in your state needs some help. So, get up off this stick, okay?
And you know what? Stephen Colbert harps up on how come we got to have a North and a South Dakota? Why? It's redundant. Why do we have to have a Virginia and a West Virginia? What's up with that? And they ain't even West, they South. What is up with that? I don't get it. Sam.
Well, I know Virginia would never merge with West Virginia. They are so different, my Lord. I don't know about the Dakotas, but Virginia's, there would be no way. Oh, no.
I think that's where the line was drawn, the north to south line,
Yeah.
in Virginia. So,
Yeah, no, there would never be a merging, never.
you know, but it's just like those two states. Why you gotta have a Virginia and West Virginia? Why you gotta have a North and South Dakota?
But everybody North and South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's another one.
That's another
North
one.
and South Carolina. They so small, you know what I'm saying? Why couldn't they just be together? Unity. If a couple of those states got together, then we could pull in Puerto Rico and still just stick with 50 states. Puerto Rico and DC become states. We could still have 50.
Yes, get their statehood.
We consolidated North and South Carolina, North and South Dakota. Just an idea of putting that there in the universe.
Hey, have any of you all seen that movie, One Night in Miami?
I have.
No, but I want to.
Yeah.
She won a nomination for director.
It was so good. I
Regina
thought
King.
it was so well cast.
Okay.
Because I lost myself while I was watching it. For a while I was forgetting that these were actors portraying.
Wow. Okay. That'll be my weekend.
Nice.
That'll be my weekend watching. I had it on my list to see. If I had to
Yeah, exactly.
Where is it
exactly.
going?
I
What is
definitely
it on?
wanna see it.
Amazon
I'll-
Prime. It's on Amazon Prime.
And I got it too on Apple TV. Yeah.
Oh, is it on Apple TV too?
It showed up on my little list of things to see. It popped up on my phone.
Oh,
But I
okay.
haven't watched it, but I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought, what did you think, Mel? Not as impressed.
You didn't see it? Or you saw it?
It was, it was, I felt like it could have been longer, to be quite honest. I felt like it could have been longer because I think that they should have brought more context to it. I mean, if you don't know each one of those men, then, I mean, really know them, or you haven't studied up, and I had studied up on each one of them. My husband is like a history buff, and so am I, but he's really into digging into people's biographies. And if you don't know them, I felt like it left a lot to be said. And the guy that played Malcolm, I thought he did, like you said, felt like he did a really good job. I felt like he was Malcolm, but like Sam Cooke, there was a lot to him that wasn't brought into this thing that I think would have made a lot more impact as to why he was a part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Regina King was the one who produced this, right? And I'm very proud of her for what she's been able to do. But, I think, I hate to say it, but I don't know if you guys saw American Skin. Now, it's been out for a while.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay.
I did that one too.
I think that one right there was a kicker. Okay.
Oh my God.
Kerry Washington, I think the guy who played her husband, that was beyond just awesome.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Was that the one where they went to the police station?
Yes.
Oh, I saw that a long time ago. Okay.
Right.
She did another one too. I can't think of the title, but it was like little vignettes. And it started out with Regina King is a mother whose son is beaten and left in the snow to die.
Yes. That was the
he was hit, not beaten.
I thought he was beaten. Well, whatever, he was left in the snow. He was left in the snow to die.
No, he was not beaten. He was hit, but it was a mini-series.
Yeah.
It was like 10 episodes
too. And she
that was powerful. That one, that was was deep.
I didn't make that.
The one that she won that Oscar for? I might get my hand slapped for this, but I just did not see it.
Fences? Is that what she wanted?
No, not Fences. The one she won it for was
7
She played
seconds.
What's that?
7 seconds.
7 minutes.
No, that's
7
7 Seconds was
seconds.
the name of that series that you're talking about, that where the little boy was hit. But no, she played in a movie. That's the one she won the Oscar for last year or year before, where she basically was the wife of this man. The movie was a good movie, but it wasn't from the standpoint of being Oscar worthy performance on her part.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, you can tell me. Bless you.
That's how.
Bill Street could talk.
Yes.
The Bill
I
Bill
haven't
Street
seen
talk.
that. I didn't see that. You know,
I tried
trust
to
me.
watch it. I just couldn't get into it.
I read the
Let me
book.
tell you, it wasn't that good.
Look,
It just wasn't. I mean, if Bill Street Could Talk was a good movie, but it wasn't Oscar movie. And her performance was an Oscar. If anybody was going to get an Oscar, it would have been like her what is it, the friend's husband, the one that was, the woman that was acting like she was all that, and
all the hoity-toity.
yeah. I mean, it was a good movie, but her role wasn't that impactful in it. So I'm like, where did she get an Oscar from that? I would prefer to have seen her get one for 7 seconds. I mean,
that was really good.
I thought way back when she was in Jerry Maguire, that's when I thought she did some amazing acting. And I was like, and they gave it to Cuba Gooding Jr. And I was like, okay, he did good enough. But I thought she was outstanding in that. Because, she got mad.
But to our queen, Miss Cicely Tyson, I got my books today. They're thick books. Boy, I'm like, okay, I've got some reading to do.
Autobiography or something?
Yeah, her autobiography, Just As I Am.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But, I knew she had a child, but I didn't understand what the whole dynamic was there. Still don't understand fully on that. But her daughter's still living. But she doesn't even say her name, even in the book.
Wow.
Yeah, because she said that there's just this dynamic. She put her in a boarding school. When she started taking off on her acting, she put her in a boarding school. And that was that. It was kind of like, and so she wasn't there when her daughter needed her. And I guess they were somewhat estranged to a certain extent because she divorced her father.
Yeah, they were married for 2 years, 17, and she got married at 17.
Wow.
Right. She said he was a good man, but just wasn't the right man. And then, she ended up marrying Miles Davis for a little while. And he was abusive, but, she loved him. She was crazy.
That was the love of her life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Miles Davis.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a wonderful performer.
7 years. Well, anyway, Diane, do you have something for us to think about?
As she announces it, that's cute.
I like that.
Let's see. Yeah, this is Tina has something for us to think about.
Okay.
She says, my advice to women who are worried about aging is to nurture gratitude for your life. Remember that true beauty comes from within, from the positive qualities of your heart and mind. And most of all, be kind. Kindness is beautiful. Out of that comes happiness, and happiness is sexy.
Happiness is sexy.
I like that. Happiness is sexy.
Happiness is sexy.
There is nothing that's more of a turn off to somebody that's all depressed and down and negative and stuff. I think happiness is sexy.
It opens you up with other people and then want to be around you. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was surprised at the counter a couple of days ago. This guy, came up and I waited on him. And he probably was our age, maybe a little bit younger, but he said, I like your style. And it took me by surprise because I'm like, really? Thank you. Then this white lady mouthed to me as I was walking by, I love your hair. I could tell us what she said, She was, Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna play with them now. Let's see if they like the red hair when I put in the Kool-Aid red.
Oh my, okay.
Anyway, ladies.
Yes,
Next
but I have to ask Diane, what did you do? Did you actually get it dyed on the ends? I mean, not Diane, but Renee.
Renee.
It's just a different. It's just a different look.
Yeah.
Okay. She was talking about Renee, I think.
Renee, I'm sorry.
Oh,
But
Renee.
you're-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, different.
Mel, I'm gonna answer for Renee.
What did she say?
Renee
She died?
has Hollywood level hair and makeup skills. If you want to look different one day, just see Renee. She can hook you up with a whole different look. Everything. Makeup immaculate, hair completely different. I'm telling you.
She likes different looks.
Nice.
I knew I jacked my makeup up today, and so I was like, well, too bad. So when you mess up your eyeliner, you're like, okay, either I gotta wash the whole face over and start over, or just say, oh, this is what you get today.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I've got to take the brightness out of my screen because it's crazy. It's so bright. Now before it was so dark I couldn't see anything. And now it's just bright. But I also have a white shirt on and I've got a white background. So that's double not good.
No, it's the light behind you. It's behind you.
My computer, maybe. Yeah, because I didn't like
Renee, did you ever find out if they delivered, if they verified the delivery from my house?
No, and you know what? No, I didn't. And I thought about that today. I was like, I did follow up on that, find out what happened.
Curious, you know, but
yeah. You know, that's the bad thing about around Christmas is that you're sending so many packages off that, you know, you things get mixed up and you're like, I hope it got delivered. You know, sometimes people don't even know you sent something, so they don't know to tell you, hey, it didn't come, or, you know, my nephew some shirts. I don't think he ever got that, and I never looked to see, well, did they credit me back or
right, because get your credit back, you know.
Yeah, I probably this COVID thing, stores have made out like bandits in terms of stuff that didn't get delivered, and especially place from China, stuff that never got delivered and people forgot about, or you know, yeah. So I'll try to remember to check on that though. Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies, thanks for joining.
Yes.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Whoever watched us. We'll be back again next Thursday, same bed time, same bed channel. I hope to be wearing red again as the winning color, because Casey will be there again as the champs.
We'll see.
We'll see for sure. Take care, ladies.
Okay. Good night.
Bye.